Hello. So you want to learn how to use Collaborize Classroom. It's actually one of the easiest discussion boards to use that I've ever seen. The trickiest part is actually getting your account set up, but you don't have to worry about that. That's on my end. What will happen is this. When I have your email address, I will invite you to join the class. You'll get an email, you'll click a link, and it'll take you to somewhere where you can set up a username account. If I were you, I would make your username and password the same as your Baldwin username and password and your Google username and password. This will let you get into everything without remembering a number of issues. Now, let's take a look at mrharold.collaborizeclassroom.com. When you get to the page, this is the menu that you're going to see. At the top, you're going to see a couple options that you have. You can start a discussion, comment and vote, or look at results and resources. Most of these really aren't going to apply to you. I'm going to be the one creating most of the discussions, so you don't have to worry about those too much, but I'll come back to them in just a second. What you really want to look at is along the side, I have a list of categories. Each category corresponds with a certain quest. Right now, I've turned on the categories for the first few quests, so we can see Quest 1, Digital Citizen, Quest 2, Beowulf, the biography speech and the college application discussions, Hobbit, and Canterbury Tales. Now, as the year goes on, there will be more added to it. In order to find the appropriate discussion, the discussion that you need for the quest you need, simply click on the corresponding quest. So say we're doing Beowulf, I click Beowulf, and it shows me the two Beowulf discussions that are currently up and running. One has some questions from Beowulf, and the other is a unit reflection. That's something we get to later. In order to answer it, I simply click, and I see what it says here. It says, in your opinion, could the story of Beowulf be based on a true story? Was the world more wild back then? Did monsters roam? Now, I don't believe this was actually part of a quest. This is simply a question I wanted you to think about. So what you do is you vote, and then you can go ahead and make a comment below. You see here, I make a comment as to why I voted yes or why I voted no. I actually don't want to comment, so I'll get out of that one. Now, let's say you want to make a discussion board. Let's say you're doing a project and you feel for your project you want to make a discussion. Well, you can go ahead and click Start a Discussion. It'll bring up this little menu here where you can type your discussion. What kind of bears are best? And you can add a description. Please answer the question and explain. Now there's a couple different types of questions you can set up. One is yes or no. You have students vote yes or no and then justify their answer. One is multiple choice, vote and suggest, where students can offer a suggestion and then other students can vote on those suggestions. Or you could just make it a generic forum where anybody can really say anything. Let's stick with forum on this one. It's going to ask you what category you want it. So let's say I'm designing this for Quest 1. I click Quest 1 and then I click Preview. Now, when you do that, it's going to show a copy of what it looks like, and it's going to say, check your work carefully, you won't be able to make changes. That's because you're not a moderator, so it does need to go through me before it makes it to the main board. So just double check it, and when you're ready, click Submit for approval, and I will get a copy of it. And assuming that it is school appropriate, I'll let it go right away. Let me know, though, if you're planning on doing any of this. So that's a brief overview of Collaborize Classroom. It's really simple to use. If you have any questions, please ask. Thanks for stopping by.